So as soon as I sat down to do that video to protect myself, I received another email from the realtor now saying she's going to proceed with eviction. So this is an ongoing game with these people. And he was laughing. So if he's laughing in my face, cutting me off on the street, if I say, leave me alone, scumbag, right away he's got to escalate. And this is what perpetrators do. And this is why I made the video, to protect myself, because I knew that engaging him by recording him would elicit more problems from him, because this is the type of people they are. They have to constantly escalate to cover things up, which is why I didn't engage, because it's very difficult to find housing, which I have just made. I was working on a video today to talk about housing. This is what I've been doing with myself. And right away, there's an email. It wasn't even 2 minutes later, this guy's on the phone to this Kathy Mussey. Obviously, they had this set up and planned. So now she's going to take steps to do an eviction and blah, 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 blah. And we have to go through this whole thing, and I shouldn't engage him and blah, 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 which is I didn't do. But if you're going to cut me off and you're going to continue this and wait outside every time I leave the apartment and do things and then pretend you're not doing anything, then there's a problem. And this is what I alluded to in my video. And sure enough, this man and his wife were out there, and she's done it before. When I came out before, she was waiting in her vehicle, and they've done this repeatedly since I've been here. So you can see from what's been going on here, the childish behavior, which I will post the terse email from the realtor, was not more than 10 minutes after I came inside to record, which is to protect myself, because all I was doing was going to the post office, and these people once again are stalking and attacking me. They're the ones that called the realtor. They're the ones that made up a bunch of stuff, and they're the ones that keep escalating. I do have a right to protect myself. I don't go around saying things to people and doing things to people without them initially engaging. I was in my apartment when this started. I wasn't outside creating a disturbance. I didn't do anything to them other than sit in my apartment and say, leave me alone, after the banging became so bad and it went on all night long. Then whenever I left the apartment, they were waiting in the parking lot for me. So this needs to stop. So now, in the midst of trying to find another apartment, this is what the deacon and his wife do. So housing is very hard to begin with. So the whole goal of these people is to make you sitting on the street again, because you do need a little time to go and look for another place, which I agreed with the realtor I would do. And to record what these people continue to do, because I should be able to walk out of the apartment without these people trying to provoke. And then when you tell them to leave you alone, they either call the police, or they call the realtor, or they call the landlord, or they make problems at work, or they make problems in a store, or they've made problems at the post office, or they make problems so you can't live your life. And then they snicker and laugh because they make it seem like, oh, she said, leave me alone, or she called me a scum. When you're in somebody's way and you're doing this stuff and they act out of self-defense, which is telling them to leave me alone, which is basically all I've told these people, and it results in some kind of eviction, we have major problems here. So this is why stalkers continually escalate, which is obvious here, because right away I got an email. It wasn't more than 10 minutes in my apartment, protecting myself by making an email. This is what's going on here, and I will continue to document. So I will post the email now from these people. This is barely a week here, people. So yes, that was the whole threat, that if I continued, which I haven't, I just went to the post office. So now she's going to do an official eviction. And oh yes, this deacon just can't wait to go to court and make a big deal out of what he's insinuating I'm doing, but it's actually what they're doing. And again, so we have this sort of Darvo that they provoke, twist things around, and they sit up there and giggle. She called me immature in the email, but it's actually them that's immature. So here we go again. Be safe, guys.